I should say it. Are we live?
Okay, we're live.
All right, good. Podcast number 3, Fishing Legends Live. Courtney, if you will, go ahead and give us some details on the giveaways tonight.
Okay, so we've got 2 giveaways, and how you enter this giveaway is you're going to share the video, and once you share it, you're going to comment shared to be entered into the giveaway. If you do not comment shared, we have no way of knowing that you have shared it, so you will not be entered.
All right, good. Podcast number 3, Fishing Legends Live. Okay. You got a volume button on that
I
thing
got
there,
it, sir.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay. If anybody's got any questions about, how to get qualified for the giveaway, send us a comment and we'll entertain whatever question you have. In this podcast, we're going to do several things. First off, Maurice Freeze is our special guest. Maurice, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it very much.
Honored to be here.
Hey, it's an honor for you to be here for us too. And just for general knowledge, Maurice and I have known each other for a long, long time. Maurice, back in the day, I fished with a lot of young and upcoming fishermen. Maurice was one of them, and boy, he took it to another level, and we'll talk about that. But we're really happy to have Maurice. The Hickory Challenge is tomorrow. That's going to be exciting, and it'll start at 6:30 to 2:30 Wittenberg.
Yeah, I think we're going to start going live about 8 o'clock. Ain't that what we
I
decided?
think 8 o'clock.
Because usually people are much not on Facebook before then, so there's no starting it too early.
And we're going to go into some detail on that. We're going to cover some local national tournaments the past weekend or so. We'll cover that. Talk about a new sponsor that we're really excited about. We'll have our funny stories, and we'll have a giveaway. So, Courtney, have you got everything shared?
Got everything shared.
Okay. All right, Maurice. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
Man, I've watched your career, and I fished with you years ago, and it's been exciting to watch. You are, without question, one of the best in this area. So maybe, I don't know how many BFLs you've won or big tournaments. I know it's a lot.
How many have you won, Maurice?
I think you looked it up. It was 5. I thought it was 6, but it might be.
He's getting kind of old. I said, we better check that just to make sure you're right. So we don't want to give out wrong information.
All timers are starting to set in already.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to go over, maybe cover some of the ones that are the most memorable, or some of the ones that mean a lot to you, but maybe share a little bit about how you won them. Give us a little information. We're picking you, Maurice.
Most everyone I've won has always been shallow. That's just that's my forte.
Really?
If I fall out of the boat, I ain't got to worry about drowning.
I'm shocked.
Maurice, I thought you had to fish deep.
You did, but I still don't like it.
Okay.
Me and Maurice fish kind of the same, but I mean, only difference between me and Maurice, he'll fish 1 dock and I'll be done fish 5 docks.
Well, he fishes that clear water. Them clear water fish are really easy to catch.
They are.
I fish them dirty water fish.
Really?
A little harder to catch.
I would rather fish the dirty water, sir.
I don't know.
Well, you've had an outstanding career. It sort of surprises me a little bit to hear you say that the majority of all of it's been shallow, because at one time I knew you were good both deep and shallow. So that surprises me a little bit, I guess.
With limited time of practicing, I've always had to work a job and might get 1 day of practice. And you probably one of the best off the bank. That you can't do it in 1 day.
No.
You can't. You can maybe on your home lake and you run holes, but fishing different lakes, and that's always been what I've liked to do, is go to different lakes and be good on. To me, that's the mark of a good fisherman, the one that can go to different lakes and catch fish.
Yeah.
But my most memorable one, probably the first one that I won on Lake Norman, first BFL anyway.
Okay.
But the pro-ams is what really gets me revved up. You know, doing it on your own.
That's right.
Team tournaments are fun, but doing it on your own.
Right.
I've seen over the years, a lot of people fish team tournaments and do good, but you put them on their
Right.
own one-on-one. and
Okay,
you can't
that's
get it done.
interesting.
But to me,
Let's-
getting it done one-on-ones is the real deal.
Okay, well, you've proven yourself, there's no doubt about that, but,
Yeah. I enjoy fishing the team tournaments too, so.
yeah, yeah.
It's
You
all
enjoy,
fun.
let's cut it down. You enjoy taking people's money.
Yeah, especially this guy right here.
Yeah, we all like
We
taking.
cut back and forth for years.
Yeah, I'm sure you
We've
have.
had some pretty big battles over
Oh,
the
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
You've
yeah,
gotten my money and I've gotten your money. It's pretty, I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
He hadn't got much more money though.
He
Oh,
like fell out there for a while. I don't know.
He
where
was scared.
got.
We run him off. We run him
Is
off.
that what it is?
I fished, and I've told Scott, Jason, a lot of people know this, I fished, on average around 50 tournaments a year for 30 years.
Mhm.
And I just sort of got burnt out on the stress, the pressure. It got to a point where I felt like if I went into a tournament and I didn't do good, I was letting people down or something. I don't
Well,
know.
the success rates,
Well,
man, everybody catch them now. Success rates really low.
Well, there's a
If
lot
you go
more
and do good,
competition
oh,
nowadays.
it is.
no, it is. There's more competition nowadays. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's incredible for me to try to be competitive and get out here now and look. I mean, I'll be honest. Years ago, I would launch my boat, get ready to blast off, and I'd look around. There might be 100 boats in the tournament, and I'd say, there's 5 or 6 I really got to worry about. Now it's 90
Oh, yeah.
out of 100. I mean, it's that different.
Everybody catch them now.
See, he's
Yeah.
not telling the whole story.
What's the whole
What he told me was he would pull up to the lake and put his boat in. He'd go back out there and he'd lay on the deck and he'd look up at the stars and he'd say, "These boys can't beat me." That's what he told me he would say.
At one time, they couldn't.
Yeah, at one time, Scott, that was pretty much true. Not anymore, but at one time. At one time. So anyway, back to Maurice. Okay, so the Norman tournament was your first win?
The BFL win.
BFL
Okay,
win, yeah.
okay.
They hadn't been at Norman, but maybe you might won the second or third one they had there?
I think so.
When
What year was
that?
that? About what?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was a long time
I
ago.
think, I think
Was
Cliff.
it in the 90s or was it in
No, it was in 2000s. I mean, Cliff won one. He might have won the first one. You might have won the second one.
It may have been.
I won in 2007, and then it hadn't been BFLs on Norman, but maybe 4 or 5 years when I won. So it must have been early 2000s you won.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting that first one under your belt was the hard one, man. Fished and fished and fished red mans and all them for years.
Well, people don't realize people think, that's BFL, that's amateur. No. You got pros in there. You got every good local on the lake. They're hard to win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best of the best.
That's exactly right.
It is. It's the best. So where else have you won BFLs? Besides Norman, where else have you won, Maurice?
Norman, Murray. That was a treasure, too, because go down there and beat those guys. Because you got that special group that go down there. And
Yep.
I remember Joyce Boggs said, "You're the only one I ever known come down here and win a BFL up the river."
Hey, and that's probably true. I used to fish down there. That's probably
Yeah.
true.
Baden, I think, was my last one. High Rock, Kerr Lake.
That's
Yeah.
5.
Is that it?
Well,
Yeah,
winning
that's fine.
winning on High Rock's pretty difficult, wasn't it? I mean, there's some fair fishermen
Yeah.
there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just happened.
But
to
High
be-
Rock really does set up for your kind of fishing.
Oh, yeah, really, really.
If the water,
really
if the
shallow.
water level's right, you get up there and you're just. Your co-anglers tell me you get mad at them if they even move around in the boat 'cause you don't want to make a
Yeah,
noise.
I'm all about being quiet
Yeah.
because I'm fishing really, really. I'm trying to get up there past where everybody else fishing.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I want to
That
be
shallow.
shallower than everybody else.
When you say shallow, what are you talking about, Maurice? I mean, as far as depth.
I'd say a foot and a half.
No?
Yeah, you got it.
Seriously?
First pole up here.
Yeah, well,
or
I mean,
underneath
don't
the
need a
first
depth finder. You stick your rod in the water.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
You
The old
got
Super
me.
60 would have done for that.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
he don't need no depth finder. He can see the bottom. Even in the muddy water, he could about see the bottom where he was fishing.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
So
High Rock sets up perfect for that.
Yeah.
It's just too shallow. You can't fish shallow enough there at times.
Right.
Well, I mean, for him to say you're one of the best around here, which you are, I mean, that's saying something. This area is tough. You know it.
It's really tough.
It's spit out a lot of good fishermen. It's
Exactly.
took it
A lot of
Even to
great.
the next level.
I'll say a lot of great
Yeah,
fishermen.
Fritz and Dave Wright and all them boys shoot.
Oh, I'm telling you, this area is just incredible. I think I've said before on previous podcasts, it's a hotbed for the best fishermen in the world. And look at what Thrift's doing, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Mhm.
that area. I mean, it's Rob Dye, Lineberg. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on of great, not good fishermen, great fishermen. So, but I fished competitive, as y'all know, in this area for 40 years, and watching your career as I've done, I've tried to watch everybody's. You've turned out to be one of the very best,
Well, thank you.
in my
Appreciate
opinion,
that.
and that's my opinion.
That's been my goal.
Well, you achieved it. You achieved it, no doubt, no doubt. So what have you got on your agenda? More BFLs? What are you going to be doing?
More BFLs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fish the regional event. I got a family vacation coming up at the same time. I had a job change here 2 years ago. It's kind of still a little bit tough to get the amount of time off to go and
Right.
do things right. And
Right.
if you don't go to a regional and do your homework, especially on tidal water.
Yeah,
that
James River, you have
that's-
to.
Is that where it's at, James?
James River,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, okay,
I may set that one out, but
okay.
they'll,
All right.
they'll be on the lake here.
All right.
You've been to the All-American, right?
Been there twice.
Twice. I've been there twice.
That's
It's-
another accomplishment.
That's an
Yeah,
awesome
that's-
thing to
Oh.
go to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the ultimate goal through
No,
the
it is.
NFL. Making
Absolutely.
that's just,
Absolutely, absolutely.
is hard,
Absolutely.
really hard to do.
Absolutely. Well, buddy, congratulations on your
Thank you.
career, and I wish you all the best in your career, and I'm excited to continue to watch you because I know you got more wins in you. There is no doubt in my mind about
It's been a
that.
long time.
I don't know. I stand in between him and winning. So I don't know if his winning
Okay.
days is about over. Mike.
Yeah, well, I might put some money on him, okay?
I ain't got a butt seat in front of my boat yet. I ain't done.
You hear that? You hear that?
Well, I like to lean against it.
I'm
you know.
sure you do, so you don't fall out,
These old
probably.
legs is about to give out on
Yeah. All right, all right. Hickory Challenge is tomorrow. The Hickory
I might let
Challenge.
Maurice take my spot.
I wish I could swap you for Maurice. But I sort of feel like a lamb being led to a slaughter for some reason. I mean,
I don't.
we got, you know,
What do you mean you don't?
Travis
I feel
Kilby.
good
We
about
got these Parker brothers.
Who practiced for this thing?
I don't know.
One.
Jason
us.
practiced for it.
Yeah, but Jason, I mean, without going into any detail.
He must have done pretty good because he's talking trash.
Well, Jason talks trash all the time. It
Well,
don't,
I don't talk a lot of trash unless I can back it up.
Oh, God,
So you feel real good about tomorrow?
If things work out the way they did.
Well, if things work out, everybody's whatever. But
Well, I'm talking about my specific thing I was doing.
okay.
Okay.
I had a few good.
You don't want to give
rides.
no details, or you want you?
What?
Or you
Wait a
going?
minute, now, whose team are you on?
Yeah.
I want you to help us out.
I mean,
Can
you
we
know,
not talk after we get off?
Okay,
live?
we'll talk.
I mean,
we'll talk
yeah.
out.
Okay.
Good Lord.
All right. But you got, Maurice, listen to this. We're going up there to fish against these four guys. Eric Dyer's won 6 out of the last 10. 10 out of the last 15.
16. 10
10,
out of 16.
10 out of the last 16 tournaments.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's
It
gonna
look-
carried all his fish off then.
I probably. I hate to.
I like that. I like that.
No.
And then you got Travis Kilby. You got the
Eric will
Parker
get
brothers.
his. Eric will get his fish.
Yeah, you won the CBC at Hickory. You got. Maybe you can give me some pointers.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fluke. If they'd have picked one that I wasn't gonna win, it'd
Yeah, I
been
kind
that
of remember you telling me how you won it. It was.
Yeah.
It was but you won it.
one. Yeah.
You did the right
got it.
thing. You
We
made a
got
good
it done.
decision.
Yes, you made a good decision. And
Like
boy,
I always say, fishing's
Decisions.
90% about decision making.
well, let me tell you, sir, we better make some good ones tomorrow. I'm just telling
My
you.
good decision is I might not show up.
It probably wouldn't make any difference, but whatever you want to do,
really?
whatever you decide to do, be fine. But here's the thing. Number one, I appreciate Annette and Chad McKinney for putting this together. I think they did a great job getting their teams together, and I don't know how they did it because there's so many good fishermen on Lake Hickory. I know all of us know that. But they come up with 4 great ones. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a really, really big challenge for us. And the good thing is, we said up front, it would be the best 2 out of 3, including Norman, Wiley, and Hickory.
So that's good. So
Oh, we got that going.
Tomorrow's not going to end it. So,
If
we really don't have no pressure on us tomorrow. Tomorrow's just like it's kind of a wild card.
Well, if you come out there tomorrow and you get your butt handed to you, you'll have pressure on you at Norman.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm just saying, we might want to catch one tomorrow or 2.
Well, if old trash talker down here wouldn't get them all fired up, they might not fish so hard.
Yeah, they'll fish hard. Don't worry about that. And you know what's another neat thing? These are great guys. They're not just good fishermen. They're great guys. That's a great area. I targeted that area, and I'm excited to go. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do. But I appreciate all the interest and that this thing is generated from that area. And like I said, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, we got 2 teams, Fishing Legends Live, they got 2 teams. So it's 4 against 4. It'll be 10 fish against 10 fish. And,
Hopefully.
hopefully. Hopefully. They'll have their 10. I hope we got 10. And that's the way it's going to be.
Hey, if I got a question,
What?
can we keep 10 if Scott?
If Henry-
Oh, like y'all bring us some? I'm all for it.
No.
Y'all can't run us fish to us or
No,
nothing?
no.
I was just wondering.
5 fish per boat. Hopefully.
Well, how about like we switch partners midday?
No, I got my partner.
Okay.
Jason Lance said, are you guys gonna do any lives tomorrow?
We're gonna start, we decided what we're gonna do is start
8 o'clock.
at 8 o'clock. Thank you for asking.
We
that,
might,
Jason.
we might do one at the landing first thing, but most people ain't gonna be up looking at their Facebook at 6:30.
That's exactly right. So we'll start around 8, and every 15 minutes, each team will be allotted a 15-minute slot, and there'll be some communication. And so that'll be our
So
live.
it's gonna roll all
It's gonna
day.
roll.
So you'll
all
see
day.
each boat for 15 minutes.
Yeah, but Annette told me something very interesting, and I want everybody to understand this. There's places, according to Annette, that you will not have a signal
Yeah,
on
that's
Lake
true.
Hickory. So,
Really?
yeah,
Oh, I know. Yeah, there is.
yeah.
So hopefully that don't come into play, but if it does,
If it does, please be understanding and understand that, hey, if we don't, if any one of the 4 teams don't have a signal, then we won't be recording, and that's just how that works. But
Sounds like some spots he ain't wanting to reveal to me.
that's why he's starting at 8 o'clock.
so,
That's why he's starting at 8 o'clock, because he's going to his best hole first.
Yeah.
I wished I had a best hole to go to. I really do. It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
We're just gonna fish the conditions, and we ain't been up there, so.
Hey, that's exactly what Jason and I have been doing, just fishing whatever the lake will give us, and we're gonna plan to do that again tomorrow. And,
It's been working out.
well, hopefully, it'll work okay tomorrow. If it does, it does. If it don't, it
It
don't. It's
don't,
gonna be
don't.
fun either way. It'll be fun either way.
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna have good. And you got to talk a little trash. I mean,
That's right.
that's what
It's
it's
good
all
nature.
about.
That's
It's
right.
fun. Everybody
Absolutely.
like. I mean, you got to have a
Absolutely.
good time with it.
Absolutely. We do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So y'all gonna talk trash as you fish tomorrow?
We talk trash
I'm
to each
almost,
other.
I'm almost afraid to talk trash these
No,
days.
no, you just made a video Saturday at 9 o'clock, said it was over and talking trash. What was
We'll
that?
talk-
Well,
we're
that
gonna
was
talk about
true.
that. We're gonna talk about that
But that was
next.
true.
We're gonna talk about that
no,
next.
we're gonna talk
Let me
about
jump
that.
ahead. Let me jump ahead. Okay, so if anybody's got any questions, Wittenberg is where we're gonna be, 2:30. Anthony Williams has been nice enough to offer to come down there and weigh the fish for us. So he'll be down there weighing fish. Thank you, Anthony. I really appreciate you doing that. I figure Eric Dyer's fish, we probably couldn't weigh them on his scale,
Well,
but
the weigh-in, you think they got enough parking for all the people that's gonna come watch the weigh-in?
probably not. I know how Chad and Annette is, probably not. I don't know. Y'all better be ready. I know what's coming. I don't know that the rest of y'all do.
I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm not
okay.
gonna talk trash.
Okay, but if they beat our brakes off, I'm gonna be talking trash to you all the way home.
What if me and Roger beat you and Jason?
Well, that ain't likely, but we'll see what happens. Let's just see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens. All right, if anybody has any questions on any of the detail, please text us, and while we're live, we'll try to answer them. But we're really looking forward to tomorrow. All right, national and local tournaments. for the past week. National, you want to?
Well, they just come off the elites, and John Cox, he was right there for the win. And the amazing thing, he goes to the FLW championship, and I think he was leading the first day. Didn't even practice.
That's crazy.
The thing about John Cox is that he's kind of like, I'd say he's like Maurice. He's going to do what he does. He's not going to run and chase rainbows. He's not going to get out there and try to do what those guys all do, fishing off the bank. He keeps it doing what he does, and man, every time he seems like he catches them.
Yeah,
that guy can really catch them. So
there's no doubt.
I mean, it'd be like me and Maurice. I mean, if we run up there with no practice, what you think we'll go out there and try to catch them with them boys, Maurice? Or we're gonna try to do what we do?
We're gonna do what we're gonna do.
Got to do whatever happens. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean,
but answer me this question. Here's something that I don't quite understand. I mean, the elite pros are obviously the best in the world for the most part. They are. I think we'll all agree on that. And I'd say more than half of that field are fantastic shallow water fishermen. Would you agree with that?
More than half the field, yeah.
I'd say more than half the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's my question. When they go to these smallmouth lakes like that, how did John Cox pattern these fish shallow when the other people don't? I mean, I don't, that's something I don't understand.
Well, I mean, you can catch smallmouth up there shallow. It's just you find them out there deep, and you might catch 50. He's not catching 50, but apparently there's a lot of large ones running around up there shallow, and he's figured out how to catch them. And I mean, he's not really doing nothing that special. He's fishing a drop shot, but that's what they're doing out deep. But
I just wish I understood how it seems like he patterns.
Well, most of the time he goes to lakes, he just runs back as far as he can get, and he starts fishing shallow.
Right.
But that lake, I mean, he's not
You
doing
can't
that.
do that.
No.
You don't have that opportunity.
But I heard him say it on live. He's not comfortable if he's not looking at something. So he's not comfortable getting out there where you don't see the bank.
I'll tell you, he's got a lot of stuff figured out, I think. I mean, it's just my opinion. I think he's got a lot of stuff figured out as far as how to locate and find fish. I mean, and when I say stuff, I'm talking about stuff that other people don't
I'll tell you
understand.
one thing I think he's got that a lot of people don't got. Man, he can really see them fish.
Oh, no doubt. When they're
He
on the
sees,
bed,
and they ain't just on the bed. Even like that's how you call him up there. He was seeing them, and he's
Sight fishing.
seeing them cruising around.
okay, maybe
He's-
that's the
A
deal.
lot of people can't see those fish as good.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
see them that good, Maurice?
Not in dirty water.
Man, well, he's fishing clear water, but I mean, he really can see them. So I think that's another key to it.
Yeah.
And smallmouth ain't. I mean, if usually you get something in front of a smallmouth, he'll bite it.
Okay.
It's not like
a
like around here. I
Okay.
mean, those fish up there, they bite.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything else on the national scene?
What else was there on the national? I'm trying to
Is there
think.
anything else coming up?
Well,
next?
we leave-
Gunnersville?
we're fishing the Toyota, leaving next Saturday. Not this Saturday,
Okay.
but the next Saturday.
Okay.
When's they're going to Santee next, right?
They're going to Santee next, and
When
then
is
they go to
that?
Gunnersville. I think that's the order they're going
Okay.
Yeah, because Rob was down at Santee,
Yeah.
I think, last week, or just past week.
And you're fishing next week in,
It won't start this next Thursday, but the next. But
Okay.
we leave to go practice next Saturday.
okay. All
So
right.
we'll be practicing,
All right.
and they say it's really tough. So I don't know. I think I'll get Maurice to tell me something about it.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll.
Where's this?
Potomac.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we need to ask him something about Hickory. You know, we got something going on tomorrow at Hickory, but.
We'll
Okay.
get with him after the show.
Let's do that.
We don't want to give it away on
Let's
the show.
do that. Let's do that.
Okay, Mike,
Yep.
Eric Dyer has a question about tomorrow.
Okay.
He said, what is Jason catching his fish on?
Lures.
I thought it was a hook.
Hooks on lures.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, I can tell you this. Jason did not catch them 60 foot deep. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
He don't have enough line on his reel to go
No.
60 foot. He just don't. All right, so let's cover, are you, anything else?
I mean, I don't even know anything else on the national level
Okay.
right now.
All right, local. Let me tell you something that really, really caught my eye on the local scene.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Okay, there was a cat that had a lot of people fishing it at High Rock, and then was it the next day?
No,
The next week?
Saturday was the one at Kerr that we was talking about going and fishing,
Okay.
but we decided
Okay.
not to go because
Okay.
of the weather.
Okay, so there was a Boys and Girls Club?
As Boys and Girls Club,
At
they had
Curve.
122 boats, I think.
And
Did they
then,
really? That's a lot.
oh, they had it was a big tournament. And then,
So who you think won, Maurice?
Was that a curve?
Yeah.
David Wright?
hey,
Wow.
bingo, we got a winner. We got a winner.
So David Wright and Jeff Cole, they won it, and then just so happened they go to High Rock? Is it Sunday? They went Sunday.
I think the High Rock tournament was first, and then the Boys and
I
Girls
think it was the
was.
week before.
Yeah.
I think it must have been the
Yeah.
week before.
So they won at High
I don't
Rock,
think they have the cats on Sunday. So they won High Rock, and then they won.
and then they
Curve.
went to Kerr and won at Kerr.
He's pretty hot right now. They're on his stuff.
Okay, well, let's stop. Let me say something. I'm gonna make a profound statement.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. For 40 years, competitive fishing in this area, and I hear a lot of people talking about it, and we may actually do this one time. I know you brought this up, and I thought it was a good idea. Say the top 20 fishermen in the state of North Carolina. And I don't know how many years you would go back to determine that or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and announce right now that in my 40 years of fishing, David Wright is probably at the top of the list. Now, that's a pretty profound statement with the group of people and this hotbed of fishing in this area. That's a big statement, and I realize it.
Oh, he easily could have been out there with everybody. But
Well, here's what I look at. I look at how consistent at the level and consistency he's been out for the 40 years I fished, and he's still out here winning.
how many BFLs has he won? Like 11.
I have no idea, but
He was in the league, but I think
Bobby
Walser. I think
Walser's
Walser
leading it.
maybe took it from him. I'm
Yeah.
not
I think
positive.
Walter's got.
But I'm saying right now,
13. You think David's got 12?
I'd be afraid. I would have thought he would have had more than that, because man, that boy. That
oh,
guy's
it's
been
incredible.
running for-
I'm telling you right now, we're gonna do a top 20. Everybody's gonna get involved in this, we're gonna do it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he's at the top of the list. For
It's
me
hard. It's
personally.
going to be hard to pick out a top 20 in North Carolina. I
No,
can tell
it's
you.
gonna be hard, and it's
Yeah,
even
yeah.
harder to pick out a number one. But for me, I'm telling you right now, and I'll entertain, other people that people think somebody's maybe had a better career. I'll be glad to argue the point, because in my mind, he's number one. That's how much respect I have for him, so.
I agree. He's right there.
Okay.
I mean, I'd
All
have to sit down. and
Maurice, would you argue?
He used to only be deep. From June through October, November, he's gonna win.
Right, that's right.
But now, he catches them shallow too. He catches them all, he catches them year round.
Right.
He-
That's pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
won.
would-
He's won 13.
That's crazy.
Tournament
That's
wins.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
He's
Hey,
he's not all time leading in the money, but he's won over $500,000.
that's crazy.
Mostly fishing BFLs.
That's crazy.
Mostly.
That's crazy.
And can still get it done.
No doubt. He's my hero.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. You know him pretty good. We're gonna get him on this show if we can.
I'd love to get him on the show. I would love to have him come on the show, and especially talk about some of the history involving some of the crankbaits, because he knows that better than anybody. I mean, he does. I know a lot of that, but David Wright understands and knows more about how a lot of that.
I'd like to have me a couple of mutts. I know he's got a whole house full of them. You think you could talk him into bringing me a few?
I don't know. He's probably got enough where he could give you a few.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so there was a cat on Norman this past week.
We don't need to talk about that. We've talked about that's been brought up before. Let's move on.
Don't turn the page.
Let's move.
No, we're the cat on Norman. I believe you and Roger.
Well, if anybody's alive and it's been on Facebook, they know Granddaddy here won this weekend because he's talked about it enough. Matter of fact, I've heard it every day since.
Well, and you'll continue to
I
hear
want to
about it.
congratulate you. I want you to tell everybody about the story about the eagle, because that's why you call him. So go ahead and start your story, Mike.
Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate it very much. I was wanting to tell it, and I didn't know to or not, but we were sitting there waiting to blast off quite a few boats, and you and Roger were talking, and it was just starting to get daylight, and I looked over in the dead tree, and I saw an outline of a big bird, and I said, I remember telling y'all, that's probably an eagle.
And what did I tell you?
You
I
didn't-
said it was a vulture
you didn't know what it was.
waiting on you to die.
So the eagle, Jason, you're my partner. What
That's
the
pretty
hell are
funny.
you
That's just
laughing at?
funny. That's just funny. Go
So
ahead.
the eagle, it starts to get a little more light. The eagle jumps out of the tree and then screams like only an eagle can. And I said, oh, there, it is an eagle. I said, let's see where he goes. The eagle flew out of Queens, took a right toward the river, and I turned around, Maurice, I told him,
Oh, we're gonna win today.
we're going
He said,
to
going
win.
up
We're
the
going to
river.
win today.
And damn if he didn't do it.
At 9 o'clock, we had 1487. But here's the thing. I felt confident about having a really good chance of winning. But these...
Well, hey, let me tell you what he told me.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I don't know, it was before we planed out to leave out of the
Yeah.
boat ramp.
Oh, yeah, listen to you. That's right.
Yeah, we were sitting there and I think we were idling out. We were like boat number 4 or something, and he looked over at me and he said, "We're gonna win today."
And how
I
many
said-
times have you heard me say that?
He don't say
About every tournament.
No.
No, he really don't say it much. But he looked over at me and said, "We're gonna win today." I got that feeling that it's gonna happen
It
today.
was that eagle. That eagle.
Yeah, I guess
Rick Klein used
it
to look
really
at all
had
that.
an impact on him.
It
that
did.
eagle.
It got my confidence level just went sky high when I saw it. I don't know why I just beat him.
All right, well, we've covered that. Let's move on.
Okay, all right. Oh, no, we hadn't covered that. I want to give a shout out to Jake Monty. I felt good about the weight we had. And so Jake, and I think it's his brother, is that right? Marie?
That's his dad or
That
brother?
was his daddy.
Well, I thought it was his
Okay,
daddy.
well, I mean, I knew they both had the last name.
His dad looks young.
Okay, he does.
Okay.
He does. But anyway, so Jake Monty comes up, and and our big fish was like 394, something like that. Jake comes up, puts one fish for big fishing on the scale, and it's like
435 or something.
4 1/4. It's
Yeah,
a big
something.
fish.
Yeah.
And I thought, golly, that's bigger than anything we had. Then he pulls another 3 out, and then he pulls another 3
And you were
out.
getting wider and wider as it went.
Well, I mean, you know.
And what I tell you, I said,
I
that's
said,
right on your weight.
No, I didn't believe it. I honestly didn't believe it. I thought that they won. I'll be honest with you. I swear to you, I thought they won. And I honestly, don't get me wrong, I love winning tournaments, but I really, really felt bad because they did such a great job. I felt sort
Well,
of bad.
if you'd have lost it, it'd probably been Maurice's fault because he's been training him.
Well, whoever trained him, and it probably was you.
Maurice
Did a great job.
Maurice said he can fish, so if he gave him a compliment, he can fish.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, he can definitely fish.
anyway, shout out to Jake. Hey, buddy, you're young and you're obviously very talented. So I'll be watching.
Hold
you.
up, let's see. What did he tell you after the tournament, Mike?
He come up to me and said, he said, could you not let me win one tournament?
One tournament, yeah.
He said, have you not won enough? And that made me feel even worse, to be honest. It
What'd you
did.
tell him, Mike?
I said, your time's coming, buddy. And I do believe it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
swear.
it's coming.
Oh, it's
it's
coming.
gonna get it. He's gonna
It's
get it.
coming. It's coming. It's coming. He's
Just
a
another
young,
guy to worry about.
Hey,
He's got his whole
he
career
reminds
ahead of
me of a young Maurice. I saw Maurice coming. I see this guy coming too. He's coming. He's
Okay,
coming.
so what else we gonna talk
All
about?
right, we got a new sponsor. We got
We
a new
do.
sponsor.
We do need to talk about this.
We do. We do. Waterwood Baits. Marcos came over yesterday and got to spend a lot of time with him.
And we're working with him on designing some new baits.
We are. And I mean, Maurice will tell you this. Maurice knew me way back in the day and crankbaits have always been a passion of mine. And I'm pretty knowledgeable as far as how crankbaits are built, how they're painted, how they track, and all this stuff. After talking to Marcos, he is fanatical.
Fanatical ain't the word for
Fanatical. I mean, it's not.
He knows everything about every crankbait I think was ever made.
I was so impressed with
Say that.
Marcos.
And he explained to us how, hold up a second, he explained to us how they make these things, and I'm telling you, this is the most quality crankbait I have
is.
ever seen
It
in
is.
my life.
No.
He said there's 6 hours in each crankbait. That's how much time you have in it with the
Right.
painting and everything. And
I
he's,
can't believe he sells them for what he does.
No, I can't
With
either.
that-
And these
with that-
things, I'm
I
telling
can't-
you,
I can't either.
they thump like a chatterbait.
No, they
that
do.
one there
Have you
does.
They do.
thrown one?
Oh yeah, it feels like you're throwing a
I threw
chatterbait.
one. I went to Norman and fished a little bit yesterday and threw one.
Hey, look at
it's a-
Maurice looking at. Hey, he's looking. Maurice looking. It's a $3 box that
I
comes.
know, I
in.
know, I know.
Let's see
I know.
that thing.
But let me tell you this: the bill. It starts with the bill. The quality
Is that a
in the
circuit
bill.
board? Yeah. That's a-
Listen, the bill, the bait tracks perfect. If it don't track perfect,
Well, he goes
won't
out, he
sell it.
spends hours and hours and hours testing them and getting them just right.
He does.
He has his companies in Brazil, and it's like he really
That
puts
kill
a.
spot's even embedded on that.
He's got a process. He sit here literally
And told us about it. You wouldn't
for
believe
an
it.
hour. He went through his process for an hour, step by step by step, and I was just amazed at how much quality and.
And then
what goes into this.
he told us that he was really a fan of Ed Chambers, and when Ed Chambers passed, that's when he decided to go in and do this. And he said he wanted to make this something that he was really going to be proud of. It ain't all about the money.
No.
He wants it something he's
No,
really
no,
going to be
no.
proud
That
of.
is a sweet.
Oh, it's a.
And he's got some real nice things coming.
Hold it up to the camera just a
Okay.
little bit.
He's got some real nice things coming
Yeah.
down the road, and
Yeah.
we're working with him, and we've got a couple of
Yeah.
designs, and he's
Yeah.
going to go with it, and we're
Yeah.
going to get him down, and
Yeah.
we'll get some prototypes.
After fishing crankbaits for 40 years, I mean, over the years, I'll be honest, there's 4 or 5 baits that I kept quiet, that I just wasn't willing to share because I was fishing competitive. And so it was a lot of fun to talk to Marcos about some of those baits, what they did for me that I really liked, what was different. And who knows, maybe in the future, you'll see some of those baits and other people have opportunity to fish some of them.
You look at it.
They work. They work.
It really is.
And he's also agreed to give us one,
thing is-
I think, a
it's
week,
really
if I'm
nice.
not mistaken. Is that right, Scott?
What is it?
Give us one a week for
Yeah,
giveaway?
he's gonna give us one a week to give away, and that's gonna be
So-
part of the giveaway tonight, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably a $35 value just for that, and then we
Yeah.
got some other stuff
Yeah.
we're gonna add in
Yeah.
on it, so.
Yeah. So thank you, Marcos. We appreciate you
Absolutely.
very much. We really do, and I'm excited to work with you on this. I really am. All right, a funny story. Funny story. You got one, Hammer?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
You want to go first? I go first every week.
You do?
Yeah, I'll be. You go ahead.
Jason
I think
probably.
I go first every week.
No. it's
But
fine.
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I was trying to think of one tonight, but earlier when you said we were doing a funny story again, and I assume this is going to be a weekly thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Just till
I
we
enjoy
run
it.
out.
We won't run out.
Okay, well,
I don't think.
I don't know. We cut up pretty good in the boat.
Yeah.
But I thought of one. Actually, a buddy of mine reminded me of it not long ago when I ran into him. Me and him were fishing on Lake Wiley years and years ago. I was first bass boat I ever had, so I was probably in my early 20s, late teens, and so we're hungry, just wanting a snack or whatever. So I reach in my box there and I pull out we always used to carry a little thing of beanie weenies in your boat. I don't know if you ever eat beanie weenies or not, but
A long time ago.
yeah. But anyway, I got out my can of beanie weenies and I start looking and I'm like, crap, I don't have a spoon or nothing. How am I going to eat my beanie weenies? That's the problem.
That's a big problem.
If you start trying to dump that in your mouth, it's going to go everywhere.
Right.
So I took the lid off of them. I was going to eat them somehow or another.
Right.
So I took the lid, bent it into a spoon-like shape,
Bennett.
bent the metal lid, sharp metal lid. Went to dip my beanie weenies down in my lid, put it in my mouth, slid that lid out, cut both sides. Cut both sides of my lid. I mean, split them.
Boy, you're no rocket scientist,
I'm
are you?
telling no.
Spinnerbait blades work really
That's
good.
what
Well,
I told him. I said, you didn't use a spinnerbait blade?
You know it done that.
I wish I'd have thought about that, but like you said, I'm no rocket scientist. But man, I
You
cut
from
myself.
Lincoln County?
Yeah.
I hate to bring that
No
up.
offense to people in Lincoln County,
No.
but yeah, I split my mouth pretty good, and my buddy laughed, horse laughed me, and he said, man, he looked over at me, he said, you look like a vampire. I had blood coming down both sides,
God, I love
and it hurt, man. I hurt the rest of the day, and I mean, I split them good.
Yeah, but you wasn't hungry? Were you? After that?
No, I kept eating.
Okay. Okay.
All right, next.
All right, Scott. Go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, I really hadn't thought about this, but I've had a lot of fun times in the boat and fun and things. I mean, I think I was fishing we was fishing a winter trail one time, and it was 38 degrees and it was drizzling, rain and sleet. I mean, it was cold. The water temp was like 48, 49 degrees. We run down in Davison Creek, and if anybody knows Davison Creek, Davison College has a has a place down there, and where the college kids can use.
Yeah.
We round the corner, and Chuck nudges me, and I look over there, and damn it, there ain't a girl getting out of the water buck naked and running up the hill, and the water's 48 degrees, and I mean it was cold, and I'm like, I just shook my head, and that's one of the crazy things I've seen on the lake.
They had to be daring each other.
Yeah.
No, she was by herself.
Oh, she was by
Just
herself?
One person.
She had to win a bet or something.
Was it early in the morning?
It was early in the morning. It's probably
Maybe she did
8:30.
that every morning to get woke up or something.
I'm sure that would definitely wake you up.
Maybe
Good
she's on
night.
drugs or something.
Maybe. What, you got anything funny you want?
Should I tell that Kerr Lake story?
You tell any,
Oh no!
tell any story.
Why does all these stories always end up about me?
Hey, it's Maurice's turn.
Okay,
Tell
Maurice,
whatever
tell
you
your
want.
story. I lived it, so I already know it.
Regional event, Kerr Lake. I think it's second day. I believe it's second.
Yeah, no, it was the first day. It
Was
was the first day.
Fishing area up the lake. I come off pad, sit down and start fishing. Well, here comes Scott. He sits down off the pad. He said, "There ain't no need fishing them. I just fished them." And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, is he being a friend or is he just trying to run me off?
Hey,
So I made a cast, and it was a real pretty cast. And when I clicked the reel handle, it was moving the opposite direction. So I caught one right in front of him in the regional event. And I said, you said something about you ain't no need to fish them, but I think I
What'd I say after-
better
what-
than you.
What did I say after you called it?
What did you
I
say?
called you a lucky bastard, that's what I
It pulled and took off.
But I wasn't trying to run you off. I really had fished them about 10 minutes
Okay,
before that.
long-
So
long-
apparently that fish just swam up there. Right?
Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, that fish.
Kamikaze fish.
Yeah. You didn't miss that fish, did you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
This is the presentation,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He was definitely trying to run you
That's
off.
what-
I wouldn't do that
That's
to
what
my
I
buddy
think.
Maurice. Me and Maurice is straight up. He
Yeah.
tells you something and I tell him something. It's not a
We
lie.
have been off straight.
Most fishermen's gonna lie to you, but I ain't gonna lie to him. He ain't gonna lie to me.
All right.
You lie.
All right, Mike.
All right, here we go. I'm going back a long, long time ago to the South Point Landing. There was a big, big tournament, and back then it was called the Sportsman.
Wally West.
Yeah, it's a sportsman's club.
Okay.
It's where the South Point Landing is now.
Yeah.
And there was a big, big tournament there. And back then,
Boats run off of steam back then.
I'll let you tell your story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So back then, what we did, there was the Sportsman's Club. It was a big building, and they would actually cook for you. Jerry Ryan had a lot to do with that in there. He was a member of that, but they would cook breakfast for you and all. So we was gonna have a big tournament, and there was like 150 boats or something. It was crazy how many boats there were. And this is one of the first tournaments I ever fished on Wiley. And we lined up 2 rows all the way across the river, 2 rows all the way across the river, and people were actually holding on to each other's boats. And imagine that, all the way across the river, 2 lines.
Like
And I
side
was-
by side.
Side by side,
And
lined
everybody-
up.
Oh, crap.
Lined up, and everybody holding on to their boats. Well, this guy I drew in the tournament, it was like, I don't know, 10 minutes to go before blast off. He said, I'm gonna go get me some breakfast.
Really?
That's what I said. I said, I don't think you got time. You don't have time to get breakfast. He said, no. He said, I got time. And I'm thinking, there's a row of boats behind me getting ready to blast off, and all these, and he's walking up the hill to get breakfast. So he goes up there and he comes back, and it's like 2 minutes before blast off. He sits down beside me, and he's got this big plate, and he's got eggs, bacon, and grits and biscuits on this big plate. And I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at my watch, and it's like
You
1 minute.
better eat
And I
quick.
told him, I didn't know this guy. I told him, I said, sir, you better eat really, really quick. We're getting ready to blast off in a few seconds. He just taking his time. And I'm like, sir, we're getting ready to, so this guy comes down, walks down on the end of the pier, shoots a shotgun.
Shotgun
A
blast off.
shot, first,
Old school.
shot the gun.
Everybody.
Everybody turned loose their boats and took off. So I took off with him. I looked over there and eggs and grits was hitting him in the face, hitting him in the chest. And I'm thinking, this is not going to be a good day.
No.
God, could you imagine if they did that nowadays?
I ran all the way down close to
Down the
Torrance Creek. I ran way down the lake and set the boat down on a point, and he sit there, covered in crap, grits hanging on his face. It was awful.
So he was fishing with you
against me, but in my
in
boat.
your boat, and you let him out to go get breakfast.
How could I stop him, Scott? He said he wanted to go get breakfast.
I'm surprised he didn't
I'm
bring
sure
your
that crap
fat
was
butt
all in your
something back.
boat too.
It was mostly on him. I'll be honest. He held his plate in front of him. It come straight back and got all over.
God.
We got there, and he told me, he looked at me and told me, he said, in my entire life, nobody's ever done me like this. I can't believe what you just did. I said, I apologize, I'm sorry, but
you wanted it.
I said, there was boats on both sides of me.
You'd have
and
got
behind
run
me,
over.
I'd have got run over. And so he said, I am really, really pissed off about this. And he said, I hadn't decided what I wanted to do.
You ruined his day, Mike.
Well, he was a big guy. He was fixing to ruin my day. And I told him, I said, well, what if we do this? I said, I've already apologized to you, but what if we just fish and don't talk? He said, what? I said, let's don't speak to each other no more. Because you're mad at me and you're about to make me mad. I said, let's just don't talk no more. He said, that's a great idea. So we didn't talk till about 2 o'clock, never spoke.
Not even like get the net or nothing?
No, here's the bad part.
Oh.
I fished all my, I never even asked him where he wanted to go. I didn't say nothing to him. Because I got mad too. So
Yeah.
about 2 o'clock, I wasn't catching nothing. I turned around, I said, you got anywhere you want to go? He said, you asked me now? I said, well, we're talking again. That's good. And he said, I got a point over here. Went over to this point and we both started catching fish.
Who won?
We didn't.
I know, between you two.
He beat me that day.
That's what you deserve, doing that man like that.
So
I've only
that's,
fished one shotgun, blast off tournament in my life, so that's old school.
no, it was the only one I did, but the first one I fished, they shot a shot.
Well, this is how this one worked. This has been 15, 20 years ago. And these people, they put on this tournament, and it's like, there was a bunch of boats in it, and he says, we're going to have 2 flights. So, and he sold like 1 through 30's first flight, 30 through 60's second flight. So, well, at least they got flights and to get people scattered out. Hell, he walks out there and he says, flight number 1, go! And then he said, flight number 2, go! I'm like, God, this is boats running in. We just pulled over and waited because, that's dangerous, man.
No, that was a smart thing to do. That was a smart thing
I
to
couldn't
do.
imagine doing that nowadays. That'd be crazy.
No. Okay, let's do a couple of things. We got the giveaway coming. We are going to recognize our sponsors. Next week, I want to mention this. Next week, hopefully Gene Webster will be here. Gene's been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. Gene is a
Fishing legend guru.
He is a master with electronics. He is a master with crankbaits, deep fishing. Gene is one of the very, very best. He's like Maurice. He's one of the very best around here. And I'm really, really excited about having Gene, if his schedule will allow. I hope it does. I'm really excited about
So,
getting-
as of right now, he's coming on next
Right
week.
now, he told me he thinks that his plan will be that he'll be able to be in town. If he's in town, he'll be.
So we're going from shallow to deep.
We're going from shallow to probably real deep. We're going from a foot to 25 or 30 foot, maybe even deeper. I don't know. We'll let Gene talk about that. I don't know how deep. I think he can catch them pretty deep and about everything in between, and that's something else we're going to talk about. All right, the giveaway. We're going to give away waterwood bait that we just showed, and we're also going to give away Shane's bait A-rig. Courtney, you want to explain how we're going to do this exactly?
Okay, so first, let's talk about our sponsors.
Okay.
Let's give everybody that's on another chance to share it out.
Okay.
And once they share it out, they need to comment shared so that I know it's been shared. Once we finish talking about our sponsors, we will do the drawing. I have all the names that have shared it this far, over here, and I will hand it over to y'all
Okay.
once we finish talking about the sponsors. Just to give the people that have just popped on or have been watching and have not known about it, just a little extra time.
Absolutely. Great.
And
That's a
what you
great
get,
idea.
and what you get tonight, you're getting the Shane's Bait Dominator 8. That's the big daddiest. That's about a $25 value, and you're getting one of Marcos's Waterwood crankbaits. That's like what, $35, I think. So it's what, 35, 45,
Ab-
50,
And
60.
so
It's
that's
over $50.
Two different giveaways.
That's two different
One
giveaways.
person's gonna get the A-Rig, and one person's gonna get the Marcos.
Right. Okay,
Okay,
so let's talk about our sponsors. We talked about Waterwood, and we really appreciate Marcos. I mean, this is, as far as having a crankbait sponsor, I don't think we could do any better. I mean, that's
No,
my opinion.
absolutely.
This is.
Oh, and what's
Best we
what's
could do.
coming's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I'm excited. I gave him some pretty neat stuff, and we shared a lot of
I
information.
mean, for y'all that don't know, pretty much every antique crankbait from back in the day, Mike's got them.
I've got a lot of them.
Boxes and boxes and boxes. Baits, it's like Marcos held one, and he says, "I've never held one of these before." He acted like he was in awe, and he was like, it was like the holy grail of crankbaits.
Well,
What kind of crankbait was that, Mike?
it was a Willie.
A Willie.
It's called a Willie, and it was special to me because Ronnie Tapp gave it to me. And
Now, I thought the one that he really thought was a tap. That he
No,
had
I
never-
gave him, I gave him some taps.
Yeah.
But I gave Marcos a Willie, and the reason the Willie was really special to me is because I fished with Ronnie Tapp years ago. Ronnie Tapp taught me how to fish offshore. I mean, he was the guru, best ever, in my opinion, besides David Wright, maybe. But anyway, he gave it to me, so I don't fish it. I just keep it for sentimental value. But I saw Ronnie catch so many fish on that plug, it was unbelievable.
I know.
And there's a couple really special colors, one in particular that nobody has, nobody knows how to do, and
Marcos says he can do it.
Marcos will do it, I'm sure.
We're gonna keep that quiet.
For right now.
For right now we are, but, no, for right now we are. And I gave him around five lures that have been my go-to stuff my whole career. And Marcos is gonna work on that design, and I'm excited because I know now, after talking to him, the quality of work that goes into these baits, it's gonna be special, what he comes out with. I'm excited to see it, I really am. So again, thank you, Marcos, we appreciate you very much. Azteca, my old buddy Alfredo, I mean, he's been serving us great Mexican food for years and years and years. And of course, there is a thing called a Sea Right Lemonade for anybody that wants to go and ask for that.
Here we go.
That's
The Sea Right Lemonade.
that's
It
pretty
always
good.
comes back to the Sea Right Lemonade.
That's pretty good.
I think so.
Courtney's Creations. There's nothing that Courtney can't do as far as
Shirts, hats.
anything,
Anything.
koozies, tumblers. Courtney,
cases,
it don't matter.
everything.
It don't matter, and does such a great job. Really, really good quality.
And for all you young boys, Courtney's single if y'all want to send you applications.
Oh God, I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
Boy, you gonna
She wasn't either.
no, you gonna catch a hard time
Yeah,
later.
maybe. I'll probably get.
Fishing podcast?
Okay, I'm sorry. This isn't a love connection, is
This ain't
it?
a
Dating app.
This ain't a date now.
Okay. Well, what? Who else we thinking?
We think Alcom Services.
Alcom, God Almighty. I mean, they came in. They're total professionals. Provided Wi-Fi in here, and Alan and his Gage and that group are fantastic to work with. So knowledgeable, so nice. Shane's Bait.
Baits. Yep. That's
Yep.
the A-rigs.
Yep.
They make buzz baits,
Yep.
spinner baits, all kinds of things. And
Bass
then
of the South.
Bass of the South, that makes the Ned rigs and the.
Yep. Denver
And
Tackle.
Denver Tackle.
Oh, yeah,
Denver Tackle.
You know, I got a new sponsor this week. I was thinking about
Who?
Maurice Freeze. He's been sponsoring me for years.
And how's he been sponsored?
I've been taking his money. Been
See,
paying my
this is
time.
why you've been getting beat so much lately.
Why? Talking trash.
Talking all.
Hey, that's a fine one to be talking
I
about.
know, I'm probably gonna get.
He's
my-
not fishing
I'm
against us
probably gonna
tomorrow.
get my butt whooped tomorrow.
All-time winnings on BFL.
Who?
It's right. Me and you about neck and neck in the money wise. Okay. You want to go back and look?
Yeah.
You know,
Got a little on.
Not much. You probably fished 300 more tournaments than I have.
when he talks about taking all your money, somehow I have a hard time believing that.
That's just off jokes.
Okay, all right.
Maurice is definitely one of the best around here. I got to pull his chain. So.
That's right. You pull everybody's chain.
Well, that's
you
my
pull
job.
mine in his chain.
That's my job.
How'd that work out?
I'm the one who gets the rating, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So the giveaway. Are we ready to do that?
We're ready.
All right.
How you doing?
All right. How we gonna do it, Courtney? We got to make sure everybody understands this.
Okay.
Something that's totally fair.
So, I'm gonna show it right here.
Okay.
So I've got everybody's name that's listed in the giveaway on this spinning wheel. And I'm gonna hand it over to y'all.
Okay.
Let's let Maurice hit the wheel.
Yeah. Let Maurice.
So what does
What's
he
he
do?
do?
All you gotta do is tap to spin it and it will pop up the name that it lands on.
So tap it, Maurice.
Tap right in the
Just tap
center.
it. Yep.
All right. There it goes.
All right. Let's see who the winner is.
Let Maurice.
Are we going to?
Luann, go for it.
Luann, go for it.
Luann go for it. Hey, is that the Luann go for it I know?
So here,
Yeah, that I worked
take it over there so they can see it.
Oh, I've known her my whole life. Congratulations.
Take it. Hand it towards Jeff.
Now we gotta do it for the other one too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
That's
what did
the first
Luann win? What did she win? What did we give away for?
She won the Shane's baits.
Okay, all right. All right.
Okay, this is the grand finale here. Remove
All
her.
right, all right.
Let him do
Let
it
Maurice,
again.
Maurice.
Let him do it again.
All right, Maurice, you done good that time. Pick me.
You shouldn't be on there.
I
He
check.
ain't on it.
I
He's
see
not
it.
on it. If he wins it, he will do it again.
That's right.
Jason Land. He's gonna
Oh,
take
Lord.
this and he's gonna whoop David Winters with it. Ain't that? Hey, this it's like
Jason Land.
it's a sign.
It's like an eagle.
Last giveaway too, or the one before last.
Show her on the phone again.
Hey, that's like an eagle. It's like the eagle. It's a sign.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take this bait to Denver Tackle, and he can pick it up at Denver Tackle for him, and
Okay.
that y'all can get that to
We'll
her.
get Luann.
Roger Pope said you suck.
Courtney will take
Which one
Luann.
of us?
He said, Maurice, you suck. I guess 'cause you can't spin.
Thanks, Roger. I thought we was friends.
All right. Good.
He
for
ain't
Jason
talking
Land.
trash to you. You ain't friends.
That's right. That's right. All right. Anything else?
I think that's about covered it.
Hey,
Hey, y'all
Right
wish
at 8
us
o'clock.
luck tomorrow. We're gonna
yeah,
need it.
yeah, we really will, but it's going to be fun. Win or lose, we're going to have a lot of fun. And, this is only our third podcast. And the response as far as the likes and the follows and the shares and all has been phenomenal. So I just want everybody to know we really appreciate
And the
it.
Facebook page. We've got the Facebook page up now.
Absolutely.
We're getting a
And
lot of.
YouTube.
We're getting. I'm what else? Facebook. I mean YouTube. We got
Yeah.
the YouTube page up now.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is go on there, type in Fishing's Legends Live.
Yeah.
And it'll come
comes
up.
up.
Click
Yeah.
on it.
Subscribe to it.
Press
Subscribe.
subscribe, and
Yeah.
it'll start giving you updates when the podcast come out. So if you can't
Yeah.
watch it live,
Yeah.
you can rewatch it that way, or you can
Yeah.
go on Facebook and rewatch
Yeah.
it.
So that's right. Okay. Anything else? Remember? Okay.
Y'all watch us live
Appreciate you,
tomorrow.
Maurice.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Maurice.
Thank you, Maurice.
Thank
Appreciate you coming, brother. And tune in tomorrow. Starts at 8 o'clock. And watch Eric Dyer go to our bus.
Watch me and Roger have a meltdown and everything will be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.